Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel. Good night from the Dusty Wheel. As we sit around here, smash to black. Hey, and welcome back to the Dusty Wheel. I'm your host, the Innkeeper, and this is your live call-in talk show all about the wheel time. And we're back on a WoTWednesday, a week before the premiere for season 2 lands. And I have about an hour for this happy hour, so I want to get into all the things that we're getting and talk about how I'm going to tackle this. So let me introduce my guest. Lauren from Unraveling the Pattern is here. Hey, Lauren, how you doing?
I got to do the double hand wave, right?
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. So Lauren, you've been busy unraveling. So what do so I want to tell people I have not watched the Nynaeve clip. And I was like yesterday, I'm like, okay, what's this? Oh, Logain and Rand? Oh, I don't want to watch this. Oh, I can't stop watching it. So I watched the Logain clip, and then I was like, wait, I want to experience this during the show. And then I'm like, wait, I'm doing a show tomorrow and they're gonna release more things, so what am I gonna do? So I decided today, okay, this is likely the last show, and we're gonna be continue doing shows, but likely the last show where I'm like, okay, let me give in and watch the Nynaeve thing, but I'll watch it on stream. So I'll do it now. I haven't seen it. People have talked a lot about it. And yes, Hillary, I will watch it live. Yes, that's what's happening. Lauren, what do you?
I don't know how you do this.
One word. Give me one word of what to expect from this.
Squee. I gotta say, I don't know how you do it. I know you kind of don't like to be spoiled. You'll even avoid trailers for things.
Mm-hmm. That's broad. For the Wheel of Time, I was like, I want everything. But I feel like this happened last time too with the Nynaeve Trolloc scene, and I was like, that's a little too much. And I got to see that before, like episode 3 cold open, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that would have been so cool if I started watching episode 3 and that was the cold open. Like, it would have made episode 3 so much better for me. So. And I saw it like a banner on a website. So, I thought this time around, as it gets this close, I don't want to see actual show clips. I'm okay with promos and things like that, but a lot of things like that, like where there's actually from the show, I was like, maybe not. But okay,
I'll tell you this: the silver lining about both of these clips, the one from Logain yesterday and the one of Nynaeve today, is they're definitely smaller parts of larger scenes.
Okay,
we're not getting the full scene. It's more of a tease than a full thing, in my opinion. So there is that. That being said, if you've read the books, today's Nynaeve clip will not be a surprise.
I think I've read the books.
Have you heard of the books?
Yeah. So I'm gonna put this in poll and then start the. So who will stop watching any new clips from the show from now on? No one. Yes, no. Are you crazy?
I will literally watch and go through frame by frame every clip until the episode's released.
All right. So people out there who have not seen the Nynaeve clip and are somehow wanting to not see this, that's this is a time for you to step away. We're going to watch it and then talk about it, and then we'll see the Logain one and go from there. Oh, is it a dusty poll? Right? Really? Cool. Yes, exactly. Yes. Answer that. That is what you get. Yes, exactly. This is how much I feel about this, I can't even ask a real question. All right. Okay. I'm going to start playing the Nynaeve clip. All right. Let's see what happens.
What are they?
Terran Grail.
What do they do?
Many things, child. They are from before the breaking. Made during a time when women could create objects from the One Power itself. Some Terran Grail are made to work by Aes Sedai, like this one. Others do what they do simply with the presence of any woman who can channel.
We don't know why they were made. Most we've learned at great cost to avoid. Many Aes Sedai have been killed or burned out learning that.
And you want me to just walk through them?
We know what this one does. It will bring you face to face with your greatest fears, and what those fears are for you to know. And you need to tell no more than you wish.
So, what, I just walk through one arch and out again? 3 times through and it's done?
If you wish to boil it down that far. Yes.
2 things we will tell you now that no woman hears until she's in this room. The first, once you begin, you must continue to the end. Refuse to go on, and you will be put out of the tower with enough silver to support you for a year, but you will never be allowed back.
Second, to seek, to strive, is to know danger, and you will know danger here. Some women have entered and never come out. This is your last chance, child. You may turn back now, right now, and you will only have one mark against you. Twice more you'll be allowed to come here, and only on the 3rd refusal will you be put out of the tower. I myself cannot do it the first time here.
If you are doing this for someone else, you will fail. Do this for you. Or not at all. I'm ready.
Okay. Wait, I thought, I really wanted to hear the iconic line. That's so
Well,
cool.
I'm sure it's there, right? It's just cut off early.
Yeah, I know, exactly. I thought that's how they would end it, because I was like, wow.
That's exactly my reaction when I first watched it. I was like, wait, they didn't say the line. They didn't say the line. And then I realized, we have that promotional image of Nynaeve and her shift in the same room.
Yeah.
So my guess is that they're going to have her stripped down to some degree. And then that'll be the last thing they say to her before she walks through, right? Because that's how it works in the books, right? They say the way back will come at once, be steadfast. And then they push them through essentially. Right. And then
exactly,
that's the kind of the last thing she remembers hearing. And that's what keeps her pushing through in the testing.
Yeah. So people are asking in chat about spoilers. It's full book spoilers in chat, but on the show, we will be talking at least towards the end of The Dragon Reborn, and there might be certain elements we might want to talk about that may go beyond that. I'll put on full book spoilers if that happens. Wow. Okay. That I think the way they did the exposition for that was so good. They explained what the Triangle was. They explained the dynamics of the White Tower and how you become an Aes Sedai, I think, really well. It's you have a choice. We're not forcing you to do this, but you have to leave after you do it.
I mean, it's almost word for word from the book. I have The Great Hunt in front of me. Yeah. And aside from several more paragraphs of exposition, it's the same.
Yeah.
They go in depth about the Age of Legends and Terran and objects of One Power and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
But really, it's very close.
It's we're created by both male and female. I mean, yes, but the Liandrin and the Aes Sedai are going to say the female Aes Sedai made all of them, and especially these ones. We don't know. This is typical unreliable narrator. Now,
you could call it whitewashing, white tower washing, or you could call it black washing.
Right.
The Black Tower.
Yeah. But this is interesting. I want to talk about a certain thing, words that people say, and people, how they're in that room, talking about and who's in that room. But that was pretty cool. I tried to listen to the music because I think the music in the Logain clip, I really liked it. So let's look at that, and then we can talk a little bit more. So I'm gonna look at that for people who have not seen the Logain and are wanting to not see it. Step away. I'll do that.
How long are you going to wait?
I'm sorry?
Before you ask me what you want to ask me. A few days? A few weeks? Must have taken you months to work your way in here. You're more patient than I am.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't lie to me, boy. I remember you from Tarvalone. You watched those women parade me through the streets like an animal.
You must be confused.
Nah. I can see it. When another man can channel, there's a glow. And yours was brighter than any I've ever seen. I'll never forget looking up and seeing you sitting on that wall. I knew you'd shake the world. Caged as I was, I couldn't help laughing. And here you are now, all these months later, all these miles away. So ask me what you came here for.
I want to know how to control it.
Oh, that was so good. I've seen that, like, I don't know, double digits times now, and Alvaro Morte, the way he like says stuff, it makes me think back to how he was talking to in the cold open when he's like they should be like they shouldn't be fighting me, they should be like joining me or something. And it's just so good the way he that whole scene between the two. I just want to see more and more between, well, I don't know, I just want to see all of it.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like there's more to it, doesn't it?
There is. I think so.
I think I did an Unraveled video about that yesterday, and a lot of comments were how great Alvaro Morte is, and I completely agree. I love that the show is able to take these semi-minor characters and elevate them in a way because of the great actors they're picking. There's been a lot of discussion. Okay, so speaking of spoilers here, can we talk just a little bit about book 5 spoilers?
Okay, so
Fires of Heaven.
Spoilers, yeah, Fires of Heaven. Let me just do this. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's just do that. Give like a few, like
give a little warning.
Yeah, give it a little warning. But yeah, I mean, there's they have gone on record and talking about Logain and how they want to expand, and that was probably one of my biggest thing in the trailers. Like, oh, he's there, and now he's in a clip. I hope there's more of Logain in the season.
One of the things that people keep saying is they feel strongly that he's going to be replacing Asmodean as the one who sort of teaches Rand to channel. Yeah. And I personally completely disagree with that.
Yeah.
I think that Logain's role will be expanded. I think that he will be helping Rand in this moment to sort of learn how to see Sidene a little bit. Mm-hmm. I don't think suddenly Rand's going to be able to channel after this. I think this is a baby step for Rand. Right. And Logain might help guide him in some way, but this idea that Logain is replacing Asmodean, I can't get behind that.
Yeah.
And a big reason for that is because we have a Forsaken statue with a guitar.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So I think even though there might be some like Logain might be some sort of a teacher or something, but I think like Asmodean has to be like part of the show for many reasons, right?
Right.
All right, I'm gonna end this poll. So I asked who, basically people stop watching. Are there people out there who are gonna stop watching? And there's like so many typos in this too, so I don't know how to really take this, other than the fact that 57% of people think I'm crazy because I want to do that.
But this is, you also have to understand your audience. We're here to talk about a teaser for the upcoming show. We're hardcore fan freaks, right? Like that's, we're the types of people who want to eat up every little new clip we get. So
okay, all right. Help me get this one right. So I'm going to say, do you want to see Logain take on the Asmodean role? Is that yes or no? Do you want?
Yeah, and you don't have to specify this in the poll, but I think a lot of people think that he will be teaching Rand to channel instead of Asmodean.
Right,
which, okay, Lord of Chaos spoilers. So give it a second, people.
Yeah.
We're at full book spoilers, so I guess it's fine.
Yeah.
Lord of Chaos spoilers. Some people think that Logain will be healed and will be able to channel sooner. That maybe even, I've seen some people theorize that even in this scene that we saw of Rand channeling in the promo yesterday, where he's wearing the same clothes and he's in the same location.
Right. Oh yeah.
Logain is. That
Let
Rand might be healing Logain, and that Logain might be joining him and helping him.
Wow.
I don't like that theory at all, because I want to see Nynaeve do it, but some people have theorized that.
Wow. Okay, I didn't. That would be interesting. All right, let me actually show that specific one, that promo. So there have been these promos, and let me share that promo from yesterday. I think this is it. Yep.
I want to know how to control it.
You have no conception of the power they wield.
So, people out there, what do you think? First, again, I was hoping we'd get like music drop today, and we didn't.
Me too.
And that music in the background and that beat, I think the alt or the video description, or somewhere I saw it said, or I think on Instagram it said like original music, The Wheel of Time. So I don't know if that actually means this is new music from the actual show, but it's very compelling the way that
I agree.
Yeah, I want to hear the music. That's like I'm still looking forward to it. But I think there were two shots in that. There's one when I think Rand is sitting kind of cross-legged before he starts channeling and sets that place on fire, and the other place where he's channeling with a lot of weaves around him, which seems to be like that garden courtyard.
Oh, it's
place.
Definitely the same location. He's wearing the same blue robe. It's got the same set behind him. I did an analysis of that. However, something I failed to point out in my video yesterday that I realized afterwards is that the scene where Rand is channeling, he's wearing a white shirt underneath his robe. And the scene when he's talking to Logain, he's wearing his dark blue shirt from season 1. And so I don't know if that's like an effect to make him look like he's glowing and they gave him a white shirt just for that moment.
Yeah.
But it may be a different time in the same sanatorium, whatever they call it, like the insane asylum, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
That he's at. Another thing that people pointed out to me that I failed to understand is I inferred that Rand would be checking himself in as a patient.
So the wording where Logain is like, it must have taken you months to get here, or like to get in here. So getting into where Logain is seems like it's not easy to do that. So it might be that.
It turns out Yosha said in an interview, he's working there.
Oh, okay.
So there's an interview where he said, well, again, this is a little bit spoilery for you.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
honestly, there's an interview where Yosha talked about helping a patient there named Errol, who was reported on by WoT series as a new cast member like forever ago.
Okay.
And that Rand is sort of like befriending and helping this guy in this sanatorium. But then there's another interview where Yosha straight up says he's working there. So he's not a patient. And I think that's important. I think Rand is totally on the down low. He shaved his hair.
Yeah.
He's trying to kind of lay low. And I think he's hoping to talk to men who have had experience with channeling. I think that's why he's there.
Right. Yeah, I haven't even seen the interviews for that reason. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Spoilers. Sorry.
No, it's not about, like, that's not a sort of spoiler I'm too worried about. It's more about, experiencing it for the first time. I want to experience things, that's this close. But thank you. The Twitter Chaos is around and thought we were talking about them, but we're talking about Lower Chaos, the 6th book in the series.
One and the same.
Yeah. But yeah, I think what they're planning as far as how these two people meet is new, right? The whole concept of Logain being available to Rand is new, and I'm there for that.
Right.
So let's show the.
Well, and one other thing I'll say is that dialogue from Logain when he's talking about when he saw him up on that wall. Caged as I was, what does he say? Caged as I was, I couldn't help but something.
Yeah.
Anyway, that line is basically straight out of Lord of Chaos as well, where he's talking to Nynaeve. So this is another thing I think they're doing really brilliantly with the marketing. They know that we book fans are the ones pushing and promoting this right now. The actors can't do it. The writers can't do it. They're all on strike. Yeah. And so there's a lot of ooh, I like that theory. There's a lot of questions about what changes are coming. And so I think it's really smart that in their marketing, they're trying to show the book fans that they're staying true to the books in certain ways.
Right.
And that's very important from a marketing standpoint.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought that up, what changes are coming, because we are back tonight and we are talking about changes. So, gird your loins. we are back tonight talking about some of these changes that have been hinted at, and so Matt will be here talking about all the changes that we've either confirmed or at least we've surmised that yes, these are changes that are happening or need to happen to do that. So I think let me play the. No, not this. The actual promo clip from today. Which one is that? Yes, this one. The 27 seconds. And because there were a few clips there that were interesting to see. All right, so let me play that.
There are many paths to walk through the night. The last battle's coming.
The whole world will be ours.
Yeah, so what do you think? There's a few new clips. I mean, there's the Varen concentrating, channeling. I mean, that is so cool. And we can talk about that in a second. But I'm going to go back to the music. Do you think that sounds very traditional fantasy music and like epic? Does that sound like Wheel of Time music to people? I'm gonna actually put that in as a poll. So people do not want Logain to be taking on that Asmodean role. So about 84% of you are saying that. I'll
just say this. I think the promo materials, including like the trailer, I think that's all done by like some trailer company. I think that's like a marketing thing. I don't think that they're using original music from the show in a lot of that.
Yeah. So is the music from
not to skew the vote.
Is the music from the promo material from the season 2 soundtrack? Yes or no? What do people think? But yeah, I did like. So there is this. I'll bring this up because we can talk about this. I wonder if Varen Firesword is directly because of the Tomas fan story. Mm-hmm. So I think that is a it's shown right after each other, but this is the actual
right. And by the way, I might have a better frame of that, but there's a frame where you can see her little magnifying glass looking ring thing around her neck a little bit better. Okay. Let me see if I can find that for you. Yeah,
There?
I mean, they're definitely trying to lead us to believe with the way these clips are put together that she's channeling the fire that's on the sword in the next scene.
Yeah, but she's kind of looking down, so it's possible she's standing on like a ledge or something, and the waters are finding the Myrddraal under, and and this is what it results in, like that.
I absolutely believe that this is part of that scene. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm totally buying it.
Yeah, I do want to see like a reflection in her eyes. So I don't know if I can. Let me try to see if I can. I don't think.
Oh no, there's a cameraman in there.
Yeah, no, I don't think I could. Yeah, no. Oh, maybe.
Let me see if I can find this
No,
clip.
I can't.
Or this frame. You might be able to zoom in on the eye and the frame a little bit better
Yeah,
here too.
yeah.
Let's see.
But yeah, so just seeing Varen, I was really happy that they chose to do that. It is really good. Oh, I like this. Varen looks like she's snapping someone's neck with a power.
But there are definitely flows of fire.
Yes.
Like
yes.
Okay, I'm going to put this up in your Twitter DMs, see if that's helpful. And then I'll put one later where there's more brightness in her eyes too.
Right. So I think they're building up and they're showing these promos and these clips. I don't think someone in chat check in different. I'm sure people are checking, but like, did anything drop today? Is there any article out there, anything else that we've maybe have missed? Because we've gotten in the last 24 hours, we've got 2 clips, 2 promos, and that might be it for WoTWednesday. But if there's someone in chat who knows if there might be other things we might get, they can let us know. I don't know. People can get a Varen clip. I'm fine without a Varen clip. Did you send me on Twitter? You said
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
I will say, I want to know what people think about this. Do you think we'll be getting promos and scenes like this every day until the show, or maybe like every weekday? I mean, it was a surprise to get one yesterday.
Right.
I assumed that would have been the WoTWednesday thing, and then we got another one today. Does that mean we're getting something else tomorrow and then Friday?
I'm not sure what they're planning to. Oh, this is not opening for some reason.
Last chance for August Origins Redemption today. I can Discord them to you if that's better.
No, it just seems like the file is. Maybe it'll work now. I think this last one is probably the best.
Oh, there's this dumb thing where Twitter adds .medium to the end of the JPEG name.
Oh, is that what
so you have to erase that and just leave it .jpeg, and then it should fix it.
Okay, all right, let me fix it then. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think that would be interesting. If they continue to give us these small clips, that would be a lot of things to look at. And let's see.
Yeah, well, it's gonna drain me. I'm already gonna be drained. I'm not gonna have as much time next week as I've had this week to work on Unraveled stuff. So if they're posting a bunch of stuff next week, I probably won't be able to make any videos, sadly. But
we will be waiting for whenever you do make videos. So that is what we look forward to. Yeah. So this is the shot you sent me.
Do you see that ring thing around her?
Yeah, exactly.
The magnifying glass is what we assume it is, right?
Yeah, exactly. And
I mean, there was a point when I thought, could this be the Twisted Stone?
It is something. I mean, it's
ring,
clearly something that she's wearing all the time. So there is, it is something that they want us to look at. I doubt that it's nothing like just trivial kind of, things.
I really do think it's just a monocle.
I really,
I really do. I think she uses it to like read stuff when she's looking through old parchment.
I just feel like Varen needs that extra layer of like mystery where like everything.
It could double as that and the terangrial, like a well or something. But
yeah, I mean, like the Kyocera, they haven't showed that it's done. Moraine uses for something else, but we know she does, right? So that's a cool one. Is there anything else from that specific promo promo that you wanted to talk about?
I mean, I think that's the main new clip. There are a few just little clips of.
Yeah.
I think we see a little bit more of Lan fighting the two Fades.
Right. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But it's not much.
We've definitely seen that. Yeah, I think out of the things they've shown us, I think the thing that got me the most excited was the acting, and that was kind of the feeling I had from from the first season. Like the soundtrack and the acting are the two things that like shone through, and seeing the acting again, the way Nynaeve's being, like looking scared but resolute, so Nynaeve. The Aes Sedai, being, serene, but then Liandrin being like menacing in a way too. She has that look. Yeah, I'm super excited.
And once again, they're just killing it with the costumes. I mean, so we have full book spoilers up, so I can talk full book spoilers, right?
Yes.
So,
full book spoilers.
So, some people weren't even sure if Sheriam was wearing blue. She is. It's dark blue. But next to Liane, I don't say her name out loud very often. Yeah. Next to the woman in the middle, the keeper, she has like light blue.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then again, Liandrin has like a kind of a dark red. And I like, by the way, that they're going with a little bit more darker tones this season.
Yeah.
It's not super bright like it was in season 1, which I wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't dislike that necessarily, but I do kind of like it feeling a little bit more.
Yeah, we don't want it
grounded
too dark like some other fantasy shows have done. And people are like, and Varen is wearing dark brown. Yes.
That's right. And I think, I think these are little like nods to the fans, to the book fans. These aren't things that other people will pick up on, but they're definitely there. By the way, I saw a comment. Someone said, what if Varen's able to see invisible ink with her monocle?
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
I love that idea.
Yeah, the decoder. When you said that, what else can a monocle help look at? It would be really cool if she like throughout the season takes out like a book and starts writing in it. That would be so cool.
I'd love that.
Yeah. No, I think yes, you're right. The visual aspect of it and how it looks is great till now, in pretty much everything. And then I think the acting and what they've showed us is, I think, really good, because it's enough there for us to be like, oh, this is cool stuff, but also that they haven't shown us some really big stuff, and I feel like that's important. Yeah.
I will say, you mentioned about the Aes Sedai being sort of, they're really almost emotionless. There's that little moment when Lyanna is like, I couldn't make it the first time, and she has this almost ashamed look. But all of their emotions, even Liandrin's in that scene, feel really tampered down, like the Aes Sedai would in a formal setting. And I really love that. That's another thing that, again, when you're doing a TV show, you have to show emotions on people's faces.
Yeah,
they can't all be wooden.
Right.
But I do feel like that's a really great thing about the Aes Sedai. And in that new scene, Nynaeve is definitely the one showing the most emotion. I saw someone complaining that, well, Nynaeve's a lot more headstrong than the way she's being portrayed here. And I'm like, yeah, in her own head.
Yeah. Like,
but
to us,
she comes across as afraid to other people. And her little acting out is very much fear-based. And I think they, we've already said this a million times, but Zoe Robbins has really captured that about Nynaeve that I just love. So she has that sort of like inner fear that comes out in her insecurities when she's loud and obnoxious and mean, kind of a thing. And so anyway, I thought they struck the perfect balance.
So Joel's asking about interviews that dropped in the last couple of days, Rotten Tomatoes, and all those ones. So like I said, Innkeeper Hatch is back tonight. He is looking through all of this. I don't think I'm doing a social media blackout like some people are saying, but I'm like trying to be careful of what I get exposed to now leading up, just because I want to watch the show and then react and do a reaction, like, and do our after shows and build up to the episodes and all of that. So I'm just trying to be more, we're trying to team it in a way so it's we capture everything, right? So that we have plans for next week that we are finalizing. Maybe Innkeeper Hatch will be able to share some of those tonight, but we'll see. yeah, people continue to talk in chat about those interviews, and yeah, I'm sure there'll be a point when I would go back and watch them because I think they're so good. In terms of the ones I have seen, they understand these characters more and more now because they've been doing this for 4 years. I mean, we've been doing this for many years longer, but actually covering the show the last 4 years, we've gotten to know them in a way, and I think they've gotten to know their characters more and more. Let's see. So the one thing I do want to talk about is this tweet it's a tweet reply from the Tweeter of Chaos. Just a short kind of thing. Let's see if I can find it. Yes, this. What do you think? The question is, when do you think we're going to actually see the episodes drop? So
that is such an odd thing, by the way. I mean,
yeah.
Everyone, if anyone who goes to Amazon Prime right now to the season 2 page, it will tell them what time it airs.
Right.
So the fact that they're being cryptic about it is very odd to me because it's like, well, it's right there on Prime. So what are you not telling us? Are they going to surprise us and release it earlier? I don't understand that. So
yeah, it's interesting. So this is question Dusty Wheel asked the Tweet of Chaos. Their favorite Watt books is the Webster's Timeline History. Their favorite Watt character is Thras, the true hero of the Two Rivers. Favorite Forsaken, the one with Kiefer Sutherland. Because the two Sutherlands are there. And then favorite Wheel of Time theory topic. What again is and true and is are capitalized. What is up with those weird capitalizations the other day? And what animal Kevin's choice, we trust him, but we know we really shouldn't. I like the engagement, but it's like I kind of just want to know at this point,
right?
What
for us especially, we need to be planning. I mean,
yeah,
we've got watch parties and unravelings and all these things to do, and it stresses me out to not know when these things are dropping because I need to know. I need to plan, but of course that's no fun for the marketing to just tell everyone.
No,
they like to tease us along.
Yeah. I think that is there must be reasons that we don't understand, and that's okay, I guess. But it would be good to know at some point. And there are, another thing I wanted to mention. There are a couple of screenings that have been announced. There's one in L.A. and there's one in London, I think. So I think those two are have been announced. So that good opportunities for fans to watch. I think that these are on Wednesday the 30th.
Which is quite early, which tells me we're probably going to be getting the review embargoes lifted around that time too. People who in the media who have seen them.
I feel like last time they waited until Saturday.
Did they wait that long?
Yeah, they actually did. So it was actually
as in odd. Saturday after?
Yeah. I remember someone talking about this. They were like, the embargo didn't go away until Saturday. So the people who even had screeners, I remember this discourse. So I mean, we'll find out. I guess.
I do remember going to one of the premieres for season 1 in Denver, and they didn't ask me to sign anything. They didn't say I couldn't say what I wanted to say.
That is true. Yeah,
I chose just to react spoiler free until after the episodes came out. But I think I technically could have said everything. I could have spoiled everything.
Yeah.
So it does make me wonder if we're going to start hearing actual spoilers and reviews early next week or something.
Yeah. I think an early release on 8:31 at 5 p.m. Pacific is there are theories out there, and we'll find out. I mean, we're a little over a week away now, guys. So
it's crazy.
We're just so excited. It would be nice if there are some fan screenings and people are able to go to those. I keep wanting to do this, and I have it. I don't have my image for this, but the Dusty Wheel is supporting the SAG-AFTRA and WGA strikes. So any super chats, donations, things like that, that have been made to the Dusty Wheel since the strikes have started. We will be donating to the Entertainment Community Fund. If there are mods out there, if you don't mind putting that in chat. But that is what we're doing in solidarity. And there was I think it was a 12-hour live stream. I could be wrong in terms of time. Last Saturday, that Ali and Gust did, and raised. It was almost like it was more than 10 grand to the.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yes,
it was an amazing amount of money. So thank you for again the statistically the best fandom for
really.
doing,
and
for
shout
doing.
out to my followers too. That my followers were able to raise over $700 for for that. Which is so awesome. So I'm doing the same thing. Any donations or contributions I get go straight to the SAG-AFTRA and WGA strikes.
Right.
You know, it's complicated because we're fans and we want to promote this show, but we want to be careful about, not that we are crossing lines because we're not part of the unions, but we want to be in support of the strikes. And so I've personally had to kind of try to find the balance where I'm doing what I feel is right in promoting the thing that I love while not necessarily promoting the company that creates it. And so this is one of those things that we're all trying to navigate. We want the show to succeed. And at the end of the day, season 2 was written and filmed before the strikes. Right. And we want those writers and actors to receive residuals for that. We want the show to do well. We want it to continue to go because it will only help them and the causes that they are fighting for. So it's a really good cause and people should definitely donate.
Yeah, no, thank you for saying that. I think being a fan of the show and these book series is why we're here, and I think we want to continue to celebrate that aspect of it. Okay, so 2 clips, 2 promos, and I asked people here in this poll if people think is the music from the promo material from the season 2 soundtrack. It's kind of a split poll. Most people think no, and kind of maybe with what you were saying that this is just a promotional kind of thing. That's
well, and let me clarify, the scenes definitely.
Yes, the scenes.
But the promo, like the teasers, I think that's just like teaser music, you know.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think one thing I want to ask people is, do you think we will be getting the season 2 soundtrack released before the premiere? Because I remember it was before the premiere last time. Do you think we'll be getting
and it felt like it was a thing they were really pushing. I feel like this time they haven't been pushing as much. You know, Lorne Balfe is pretty open online about soundtracks he's been involved in. When he did the Black Adam soundtrack, he was promoting that all the time, but it was after the movie came out. So maybe we'll see more of that later. I don't know.
I want to spend an hour talking about this. I want to say your name right, Solil. This whole Steve thing. It's I can't do it in the little time we have left for today, but it is a classic, now 3+ year inside joke in the fandom, and there are things you can find online that explains it, but let me put it this way: there are plans in place to have a Steve explanation made. So let me just put that out there. Okay. But,
by the way, I have one more question about the Nynaeve clip.
Yes.
Did you notice that 2 of the 3 arches don't have a top? That they are broken on the top?
I think there even in the trailer or the other promotional material prior to this, there was questions about, is there something? And I think in this we know
it's very clear. But the question is why? And will that ever be explained, or is that just like a fun little detail they added to? They look broken to me. They don't look like they were built that way.
Yeah, I don't think it's I don't think they'll explain it. But I think if you want to, explain or come up with theories, it's probably people have been channeling in that room after coming out of the arches and being, mad or, not happy. and cause some damage. That's one way I could think about it. People doing things they shouldn't be doing and causing strain on the arches and causing them to kind of crumble and break away.
I need to go back and watch the clip, but Nynaeve does say I have to go through 3 times, right? Does she say that?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
So that's good, because that was another question.
Or in each, or through each and come out of, like, he mentions it. Yeah. Yeah.
Because that was another question. Some people thought, well, if the other 2 are broken, maybe she'll just go through 1 to save time in the show or something. So I'm glad that it sounds like she's going to be going through all 3.
This is interesting. It's because the past is dead and the future is broken. I mean, even the past was like broken because of the breaking. Like, so, like, it's something. It's a nice touch. I like it because it, if you look at it's in the basement, there's like a ruggedness to it. So I like that they're showing.
Yeah, it makes it feel worn and old and ancient, which is cool.
Yeah. Have they mentioned Terangriel before, or is this the first time they mentioned it on the show?
In the show, it's the first time.
Yeah.
Well,
and
that we know of, unless it's mentioned another time in season 2.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm guessing it's the first time. We got mention of a song Griel by Moraine in the finale of season 1.
Yes, exactly.
But other than that, and we did get mention of Terangriel in the like extras.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had like a little bit of a book glossary type thing going on in the extras.
Exactly. Yeah.
So there was mention of the Terangriel in relation to Moraine and Swan's little FFH
exactly
portal thing. But this is the first time in show, and I like that they didn't just say it once; they said it twice in this clip to kind of reinforce for the audience.
Yeah,
this is a thing; it's a magical object.
Right, exactly. There's other ways magic can happen. Like with Space Champion saying Nynaeve is totally gonna crack that Terangriel. Yeah, exactly. Yes, I like what's happening in chat. And this is to Solil, who asked the question about Steve. This is the power of Steve. Like, Steve has taken over chat now, and that's what's happened. Yeah. So I do. Yeah, we have seen Terangriel we've seen the Oath Rod, right? So. We have seen Terangriel,
right.
But I like that they're not being shy of delving into some of these detailed stuff, and I think at least to my eye they've done it well. It'd be good to see someone like Addison, from people who are doing these first time kind of reviews, first time viewers, how they feel about. This is too much knowledge or too many things.
Too much exposition.
Yeah. I doubt it because I think most people, if they follow, they know all the characters now. And now you want to get deep into the world and the White Tower and all these other things because we're going to see the callers. We're going to see all these things that are important. And if you don't understand it, it's.
Another thing that I really love is I haven't seen this myself, but somebody mentioned in a comment on one of my videos that Rosamund Pike said in one of her interviews that they're treating the One Power more like a character in season 2, which according to the person who quoted her, she said something to the effect of it was something they got wrong with season 1 and something they're updating for season 2. And I really like that concept. And it's very clear in all the promotional materials and things we've seen that the One Power is kind of unique to the individual who's channeling it, and so I'm really excited to see how they explore that. And I think so far, in my opinion, the show has done a really great job of balancing exposition with showing and not telling.
For sure.
If anything, I don't feel like there's enough exposition personally, but that's because I read Robert Jordan.
Right. I do like the fact that, that we're seeing some of that now with some of the things they have already shown us. So it is, for at least the book readers and people who love the book, I think having that will make it better. And I think even for the most viewers want to know more in a way that doesn't overwhelm them. And I think at least from what they've shown us, I think that's the case. Sarah, hi, thank you for popping in. If Steve were an arch, he'd be what will never be. That does break my heart a little bit, but I'm not over Steve, but I'm like I've come to terms with what will never be in terms of the Steve might never be, but is always in our hearts.
There are neither beginnings nor endings to the Steve of time.
Yes, exactly.
The Steve Wills, the Steve. What is it? The Steve Wills is the. What? I can't even say.
Steve
it.
Weaves as the Steve Wills.
Weaves. Thank you. That's it. The Steve Weaves of the Steve Wills.
Yes, exactly. All right, we got about 5 minutes, and then we'll we'll break off. What do you? I mean, I have this in chat. You know, we'll get season 2 soundtrack released before the period. What are you hoping for in the next 7 days? What kind of interaction?
I'm hoping for a good night's sleep, if I'm honest. You know,
You're
this
like,
one,
no more clips.
This particular drop, like, I think it was like 5 a.m. for me when I noticed it. And I was like, what? No, come on. At least give me a morning first, you know? But in all seriousness, I love that they're pushing it. I hope that these promotions are working and that it's getting out there more.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if we get more of this. Maybe not daily, but
yeah,
2 or 3 more times at least.
Right. Yeah. I think this will be an interesting one. I think will we know more about the horn, right? Because I think they haven't really talked about it, and it'd be interesting because the Great Hunt, right? They want that to be a theme. But the Great Hunt for what? I mean, it's the Great Hunt for the horn, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I think that'd be nice. I think if we see a little bit, I mean, we don't have to see the horn, but at least some talk about what that is.
Agreed.
And I'm trying to think. I saw something here. Oh, show the clips again. You want to see the clips again? Okay, all right. I'm telling myself to show the clips again. Okay,
I was like, yeah, are you telling yourself that? That's
yeah,
weird.
let me tell myself to show the clips again. Okay, I'm gonna start with the Logain one because the Logain one is the one. All right, here you go.
How long are you going to wait?
I'm sorry?
Before you ask me what you want to ask me. A few days? A few weeks? Must have taken you months to work your way in here. You're more patient than I am.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't lie to me, boy. I remember you from Tarvalone. You watched those women berate me through the streets like an animal.
You must be confused.
Nah. I can see it. When another neck can channel, there's a glow. And yours was brighter than any I've ever seen. I'll never forget looking up and seeing you sitting on that wall. I knew you'd shake the world. Caged as I was, I couldn't help laughing. And here you are now, all these months later, all these miles away. So ask me. What you came here for?
I want to know how to control it.
I wonder what they put in that like
The porridge.
yeah.
I wonder if Rand made it, because Rand, it looks like the scene starts with him delivering the food to Logain, and then as he's walking away, that's when it starts, right?
Oh man.
So
I
is
want
Rand like working in the kitchen?
I want Rand to like make food for me now. Like that's.
Do you think he snuck any pocket berries into the porridge?
It would be really cool to see like a scene where Egwene's working in the kitchen and the next scene is Rand's working in the kitchen. Like,
oh yes,
yeah. That would
well,
be
in all seriousness, I do think that we might be getting that kind of. That's one of the things I love about the Gathering Storm.
Yeah,
is the sort of contrast between Rand and Egwene's character arcs, and I think that is very intentional in the books, and so. Yeah. I would love that. And I think we do know that we'll be seeing Egwene in the kitchens in episode 1. This is probably an episode 1 scene. So
yeah. No, for sure. And
pocket berries in the porridge. That's my theory.
Let me show the Nynaeve one, and then we can wrap up.
What are they?
Terran Grail.
What do they do?
Many things, child. They are from before the breaking. Made during a time when women could create objects from the One Power itself. Some Terran Grail are made to work by Aes Sedai, like this one. Others do what they do simply with the presence of any woman who can channel.
We don't know why they were made. Most we've learned at great cost to avoid. Many Aes Sedai have been killed or burned out learning that.
And you want me to just walk through them?
We know what this one does. It will bring you face to face with your greatest fears, and what those fears are for you to know. And you need to tell no more than you wish.
So, what, I just walk through one arch and out again? 3 times through and it's done?
If you wish to boil it down that far. Yes?
2 things we will tell you now that no woman hears until she's in this room. The first, once you begin, you must continue to the end. Refuse to go on, and you will be put out of the tower with enough silver to support you for a year, but you will never be allowed back.
Second, to seek, to strive, is to know danger, and you will know danger here. Some women have entered and never come out.
This is your last chance, child. You may turn back now, right now, and you will only have 1 mark against you. Twice more you'll be allowed to come here, and only on the 3rd refusal will you be put out of the tower. I myself cannot do it the first time here.
If you are doing this for someone else, you will fail. Do this for you. Or not at all. I'm ready.
So cool. That is so cool. I was getting, and I don't know why, I was getting like Elrond, Galadriel vibes. Like, you know, like, I don't know why there's like a fellowship or, you know, Galadriel talking to Frodo vibes. I don't know. Somehow.
Oh, and Lyanna even has those things on her ears that look like elf ears.
Exactly. There was something there. I was like, wait, I'm getting these vibes. What are they? And I'm like, I'm getting like a very fantasy but Wheel of Time, Lord of the Rings kind of vibe, and I really liked it.
Ninja Librarian said Leandrin seems so sincere here. I agree. You know, one of the things I love that they've changed about Leandrin's character is she's not just an evil bad person.
Yeah,
she has a lot of heart and passion. In season 1, she nearly burns herself out trying to protect her sisters.
Right. Yeah.
Like, she genuinely cares, and I love that about her character. And I don't know that she's, again, full spoilers here, I don't know that she's turned to the Black Aja yet in the show. Right. I think we might see that transition happen in season 2.
Yeah, that's, I think, something that I like. Thank you for the tip. This is good. Thank you, Jesse. Insert show spoiler that Innkeeper is trying to avoid. This is it. This is the last stream. I don't think I'm actually. I would be on a plane tonight, and will probably not be able to watch tonight, anyways. So. We'll see what happens. It might be tomorrow, and I'm like, whatever, I don't care. I want to watch everything. But I'll try to be steadfast. That's what Innkeeper Hatch texted me this morning, and I was like, I don't know if I can watch the Nynaeve clip. And he's like, hey, this is it. This is like, you know, like the week before. Just be steadfast. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it.
Nice pep talk. That's great.
But yeah, no, I think I'm glad we're getting all of these. Let me end this last poll that I have up there. Do you think we'll get the soundtrack? It's a 50-50 again. People think that kind of along what you're saying, that they haven't been really talking about that. So maybe that's why they haven't been showing it. But it'd be nice. I want to spend the last week listening to the soundtrack again and again. And then, like, you know, just be in that world, in that, you know, and then watch the show and be like, yeah, I know this theme. I know what's going on.
There was something really special about listening to it ahead of time, and then hearing little bits of it as the show came out and going, oh, that's what that theme is about, or whatever.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Tutor Chaos. I'm trying. Yes. I'm going to try to do that, Kevin. But yeah, thank you for joining us. I need to get back to a few things. The middle of the day for us. Lauren, thank you so much. Looking forward to all your unraveling stuff that we have, and more clips, maybe more exposition about the horn, maybe the soundtrack. That would be great. And it's just over a week now till we get together, and then they're able to watch the first 3 episodes and then talk about them. And like I said before, we are back tonight. Gird your loins. There are changes, and some of the changes we've seen already are changes that I like. I think the direction they're taking is good, and I am just super excited to see that. Thanks, Lauren. I will see you around, and as we say around here, good afternoon from the Dusty Wheel, and smash the black.
Welcome to the Dusty Wheel. Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel. You went right to kill it. Look at you, you're all ready. You're just done. I mean, this is like this is
really well. And now I'm like, great, my turn.
And if you don't like that, and you want to say, well, Robert Jordan could have made the 2 rivers all white. He could have, but he didn't. So
just complimented me on my dress, and as you can clearly see, I'm not white.
I see Lucomi as something along the lines of a Shadow Haran analog.
It does make sense why it outlasted the breaking.
Yeah.
See, this is why I have Therese in the show, because she's going to correct everything that.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Dusty Wheel Show. What? Meme Off Challenge! Yay!
Pair of like baby face mounted on like a huge body. So like all of a sudden,
this is not just a traditional fantasy, right? There are sci-fi elements. And just a moment ago, Rafe tweeted something. So let me get my guest in here with me, and probably I would say put in 70, 80% of the work. I got to be over the shoulder and be like, no,